So the theme is actually the Dasavtharam and how it correlates with the theory of evolution. So if you look at it, that's a Matsya which is a fish. And in the story actually, the fish takes away the boat with all the good people in it. That's represented there. And the scientific correlation is that life began in water. It's this single cell organism, the amoeba. The next avatar is the Kurma Avatara, which is a tortoise, which is an amphibian. So that's the next cycle in the evolution cycle, next step in the evolution cycle. The Kurma Avatara was the churning of the oceans, right? So about 70 million years ago, apparently the oceans actually churned, and the land masses moved, and the mountains were formed. The Varaha Avatara is next, which is a wild boar. It's a mammal, right? So that's the next step in the evolution cycle, is the mammals, which are the leaders of life forms. The Narasimha Avatara is next. It's half lion, half man. And this is interesting because about 12 to 14 million years ago, a creature like this actually existed. It's called the Ramapithecus. And these are the ancestors for the apes and the humans. In fact, these fossils were found in India. The next we come to the Vamana Avatara, which is a thinking man. You start using your brain and you start thinking just like a monkey clan. Then the Parashurama, it's the first avatar that actually uses the tool. And it's kind of representative of the caveman, where they learn how to make fire and they make their own tools. So if you look at it, this is the physical evolution and this is the cultural evolution. So from the caveman, we go on to Ramavataram, where you start looking at laws of society, how do people live together, governance, and so there's kind of peace and order in the society. And it's around the same time that the caste system was born. So you have the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaisya and Shudra. As we go to the Krishna Avatara, you start having more evolved thinking as what is right, what is wrong, how do you deal with these contradictions, what is evil. How do you deal with these contradictions in society? So Krishna is a philosopher. So you have the war happening on one side and you have people being happy on the other side. So how do you really deal with all this? So that's the Krishna Avatara. Then you go on to the Buddha, which is again back to looking more deeply into yourself, a little spirituality, everybody is equal, coming to that kind of state of mind. And the last is of course the Kalki, which is the era that's going on, Kali Yuga, which is going on right now. And we don't know who the Kalki Avatara is. So the mirror actually represents that the avatar can be any of us. So that kind of forms a circle of evolution.
That's very interesting.